Today's event is super special for all of us for In 5 Thai and for Angel Spark because we have only female founders pitching today. We wanted to make this relevant for both the holy month that we are going through, Ramadan. Women basically are the ones who hold families together and also now, like we see, are running the world better. It's also been, yes, thank you. It's also been this month. So again, relevant for the female founders to have their uh, moment in the spotlight to pitch to us. Enjoy the pitches and questions you're not allowed to ask them. You can catch them later and ask them, but not during the questioning by the IC. I would like to welcome the three partners who are doing the
Hello,
event.
hello, hello.
Thai, In 5, and of course, Angel Spark. Can I invite Rohit of Thai to please come and introduce Thai
Sure.
and speak a little?
Thank you, Veena. I was telling Ashish you took away my tagline of weather, right? We brought in the weather. So, yeah. Okay. All of you and Ramadan Kareem. It's to have and it's the first time we are doing something like this in terms of pitching during
Sure,
Ramadan.
sure.
Hopefully, it'll be very exciting and it'll be a $100,000 prize. Thank. Uh, what is Thai? Thai actually started 21 years back, and I was just thinking at that time how many people were talking about startups and tech ecosystems, right? So, imagine 21 years back when we started in Dubai, there's some people in this place who started, Deepak, PK, and some others who have been instrumental in making Thai what it is today. We run some great competitions. Thai Women is a very strong competition, is a very strong program that we run across the year. We also run programs for the university students, and I think it's one of the largest. It's ongoing currently. We've got close to 140 applications from universities across the region. And thank you. And that's doing of a lot of people here. So thanks to all the people who really take the initiative to give their time to create a great ecosystem. So thank you to most of you and to all of you actually to be part of such a startup ecosystem. We hope that TAI continues to create the difference it has been doing for 21 years, and we hope to go from strength to strength. So thank you so much.
Thanks, Rohit. Now, can I request Mr. Syed of In5 to come and introduce? I have had a lot of startups asking me about In5.
Thank you so much. First of all, I'm amazed with the crowd, and thank you for coming. Really, I think there is a lot to talk about, and I think a few years back when we were locked, we didn't know that we're gonna see as much as crowd as this. But I'm really happy to see things are coming back. We're socializing again and working together to start new companies, coming up with new ideas. I think I'm really proud here to stand here and partner with Ty and Angel Sparks. And I think Ty and us have been together for a very long time, working hand in hand to support this ecosystem. And I see a lot of legends in this place. People I've met like Yatinder and PK and so on. People have started this journey in Dubai Internet City 20 years ago or more even. And I think with this, there is a lot of support from our side, a lot of support from the people who have a lot of experience in this ecosystem. And this ecosystem has not started yesterday, I tell you that. N5 started 10 years ago, and the objective was to support people who are coming out of DIC to start new companies. And today we see people flocking from around the world to come and join us and start companies in Dubai. Of course, the support of the Dubai government, and we trying to push that vision through with Thai and other members, and we will continue to do that. I'm really happy, and I think really happy from the deep of my heart, to see this crowd. And I'm sure, we're here to support everyone who wants to start something and contribute to our agenda in Dubai and UAE. Thank you so much. I'm not going to take much of your time. And we have the most important, people who are the women. We're here to support you. We understand that there is a lack of funding, but N5 is here with you and the other partners as well. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Syed. Can I now request PK sir to come and speak about Angels Park?
Thank you so much. I feel old already, PK sir and stuff like that. So, it is pretty heartening to stand here and see the three people getting together and having being a part of something which started as a seed of an idea. N5 started in the villa there, and then you see what it's become. And Thai, which again started as an idea around the lake of DIC, Deepak sitting here, and we were starting it as an idea 22 years ago, and today it is one of the main chapters of Thai globally. So it's come a long way. And then last year we started something called Angels Park. You see the co-conspirators, the people who are sitting in the front are the people who basically put the money to create an angel group. And our idea of putting that together is to get people to come and actually put their money where their mouth is. So what happens today, I would just like to kind of understand, it's not a competition, by the way. Today, it's an investment evening. So people have put together money to invest in early stage startups, and especially like the first 100K check kind of thing. And the idea for doing that is the kind of money that is required to invigorate an ecosystem where people can have money for experimentation or early money. And we do it quickly. The whole idea is all the people who put the money are people who have been in the business, who have been successful or exited entrepreneurs. The idea is to get early money and available money for people quickly. And we do such an evening almost every month of the year. And we get on the average 3 people presenting on those startups, 3 startups presenting on each of these evenings. And our thought process is that even if you invest in, say, 1 on an average, we'll actually make a difference. We cannot change the ecosystem, but we can surely encourage the ecosystem to see differently. And this is the reason why we did that. The idea is, we will bring in not just the money, but the time, effort, and mentoring that goes with it. So each of these people is an illustrious person who has done something successful and will be able to kind of help the pro. So we've already invested in 5 startups today. We have like 3 finished and 2 in paperwork, I think so there. So we actually do that pretty quickly. And we will also make sure that we answer you today. In the sense we'll tell you, like, of course, all of it is subject to diligence as usual. But the whole truth is that we always go ahead. And even if you say no, for example, we will actually tell you why we said so and what we think you could change to come back. So we are very open to ideas of people actually coming back and pitching again. So this is what the whole idea is about. And Angels Park, like if you put the hands up, the 7 conspirators, Gary, Ahmed, Will, Deepak, Veena, who keeps us sane, and Gaurav, myself. So we were the guys who sat around and actually started that. And then we have a very illustrious group. All the other members, could you put your hands up? People who are like, so you see a lot of people. And by the way, all these people have actually put money, and their money is being invested. So hopefully today, at least one of the startups would actually get the yes. And by the way, it could be more than that. We have a record of putting 2 out of the 3 in one evening. So it does happen. So there is no limitation. It's, as I said, not a competition that 100,000 is available, one will win. And we will support that startup all through its productive life. That's the way it is. And again, before I leave, I'd like to thank N5, Saeed, and the whole team for being our hosts. We actually live here. Angels Park lives here. So they have been great friends of us. We are a part of this ecosystem. We love this area, as you see. And again, weather is something they order for us whenever we need. Besides, a tram in case you wanted to get a lift. So it's actually one of the places we'd like to do that. And somebody doing the sound, yeah, we'll get that to come in a minute. And again, Thai, which is somebody close to my heart. So we clubbed this together. So thank you very much, Cicely and the team, for actually making this happen. Thank you.
Thank you, PK. like PK said, it's super important day for us today because the startups that are pitching are all female entrepreneurs. I have Krishya here, who runs one of the region's best women's program through TIE, and she's going to talk to you about it.
Thank you, Veena. So today I managed to read about this, and it's, I think, very good news for us. Wherein in the UAE, women make up to 80% of the scientists that actually helped the country's hope probe to Mars. Isn't that amazing news for us? So now, what is happening in the trend of funding for women-led businesses? It is quite alarming to know that according to a survey done by VAMDA, wherein women collectively raised 19 million in 2023 as compared to 52 million in 2022, a staggering 63% drop. And the current scenario is only looking downwards. But that is why we have these kind of events to help the women get this opportunity to raise funds via investors. So this is why we really find events like these really important. Hence we've done the Thai Women Program, which is a collaborative event, which is a collaborative community, and it is running in its 5th year. So, sorry. It's okay. Who ordered the weather today? This is embarrassing. So yeah, Thai Women is running in its 5th year, and it's this year we want to make it only bigger and better, thanks to our community partners like In5. So how it works is, after receiving applications, we have our charter members who do the screening, and which is followed by regional competitions, and which takes regional competitions for 5 different regions. So that's Egypt, Saudi Arabia, UAE, Emirati, and rest of Middle East. And they all get to pitch at the MENA competition, which has been happening at GITEX for the last 4 years, the GITEX North Star. And then the same women also get a chance to go to the global competition, which is run by Thai Global. It was in Singapore last year, and this year we aim to go to Bangalore. And one of the very important things that happens in this program is the mentorship. So it is really nice of our charter members to take out their time from their busy schedule to actually come out and help the entrepreneurs in their journey, for which they are always grateful, because the kind of stories that I've heard from most of the women entrepreneurs, they really value the mentorship that comes from Thai women. So yes, this is going to be a really great experience, and I thank Thai Dubai for giving me this opportunity to run this program for them. Thank you.
Thank you, Krishya. By the way, you look beautiful with your hair tied or out. Don't worry. Again, I think Krishna spoke about getting funding for the female entrepreneurs. I'm going to talk about, please, women become investors. If the founders are getting less investments, women investors are even more abysmal. So all the women here, please dig deep into your pockets and become investors with Angel Spark. It's very important to be that side of the ecosystem too. That's when we start ruling the world truly. With no further speeches, we start off with the first founder who's going to pitch for us. It's Plain Tiger. Sponsoring them is our own Abir, who's going to introduce them to you.
Hello. Good evening, everyone. It's my pleasure to be introducing Plain Tiger to you. So I'm going to start by sharing two facts. The first fact is that in the global hotel market, today there are 500 to 750,000 hotels with 35 plus rooms. And that makes up around 16.4 million hotel rooms. That's fact number one. Fact number two, each one of those hotels have a significant environmental impact. And that's in the form of either consumed resources, waste, or carbon emissions. So just imagine what could happen if each one of those hotels made even just one change to improve or to reduce their environmental impact. And that's exactly what brings us to the mission of Plain Tiger. So in a nutshell, their mission is to help hotels reduce their environmental impact. I'm not going to tell you more about why and how they're going to do that because we have the founders with us today and that's what they'll tell you about. However, I'd like to share one thing with you, which is the actual story or the real story behind Plain Tiger. It's the founding story. To me, it's a story of resilience, a story of passion, and a story of dedication. So the story started a few years ago when one of the founders of Plain Tiger, Ollie was diagnosed with a life-threatening condition. And apart from, or in addition to going through several medical interventions, he and his partner have made a very firm and strong commitment to living a sustainable lifestyle. And this has eventually led to his recovery. But not only that, it has also set them on a new journey and on a new mission to actually take their passion for sustainability and take it out to the whole world. Okay? So from what I see, Oli and Alex are actually, to them, sustainability is a lifestyle, it's a passion. To them, they actually live and breathe sustainability. And that's why I think this is what makes Plain Tiger very special. Without further ado, I'd like to invite Alex to come on stage and tell us more about this.
Ramadan Kareem, everyone, and happy Women's Day. Thank you to the beautiful energy and audience of some of the people I met earlier and the people that sought me out to give me little pep talks and support. I really appreciate you. So thank you so much. For those of you that haven't met me before, I'm Alex, and I'm the co-founder and sales director of Plain Tiger. I have over 20 years experience in luxury hospitality and sales. Hotels use our B2B marketplace to save time and money meeting their sustainability needs. Hotels spend a staggering $242 billion on supplies and utilities. But this spend has a hugely detrimental impact on the environment, creating millions of tons of carbon and plastic food waste and using extreme amounts of water and energy. Quite rightly, they are under huge pressure from their governments, lenders, and guests to address this. They've responded by making sustainability commitments to the market. The problem is that hotel procurement teams are fighting a losing battle. They lack the understanding of sustainability to vet the products, the capacity to find and onboard all these new suppliers, and are restricted by budget constraints. Our CTO, Paul, has 15 years building tech for hotels. Tanya, our marketing director, has over 20 years in product and brand marketing. And our ops manager, Tanya, is a procurement operations specialist. Our team's experience makes us uniquely positioned to solve this problem for hotels. With this experience and the latest tech, Plain Tiger is revolutionizing the way hotels and suppliers transact. We give them access to the largest network of sustainable suppliers globally through one platform at the same price as working with them directly. And suppliers get access to the leading hotels in the world. Suppliers pay us an annual subscription fee and a transaction on all orders made. Our model is capital efficient and scalable, as shown by companies like Suhoor, who make $54 million GMV per day. We have over 1,000 qualified opportunities in our initial markets of the UAE and Saudi Arabia, and our go-to-market strategy is delivering profitable growth. Our pipeline is over $800,000, growing at 30% per month. And we make a profit at an order and at a client level. We have signed 7 of the 15 top hotel groups in the world. They're getting access to over 300 suppliers from 32 countries. We 3x'd our revenue and reached break-even last year. At the World Economic Forum in Davos, we were named a top 2 most impactful retail startup globally. We have the market validation for our solution for hotels and suppliers, our model, and our impact. By combining our innovative model and latest tech to deliver high value to hotels at the lowest possible cost, we are building a category-defining company. We have a clear pathway to being a profitable, cash-generative, $300 million revenue business in under 4 years. Experts are investing in Plain Tiger because of our diverse and exceptional team, the opportunity to make a difference, a real impact, our proven, profitable, and highly scalable model, and the opportunity to be part of a category-defining company in a $242 billion market. Thank you.
I guess, should I do a quick intro? Hi everyone, I'm Ollie. So I have 20 years in e-commerce, fintech and banking. Experience leading businesses at startup, scale up and FTSE 100 level. And I've spent the last 10 years building B2B marketplaces focused on one or more of the UN SDGs. I'm the co-founder and CEO of Plain Tiger.
I see with you questions for you, please. Ollie is here only to answer the questions. So,
Can't carry the bags.
so you say.
You had a slide there on other verticals other than the core product with like data analytics. And if we just turn to that, have you thought about how you're going to commercialize that? Because I think we've heard about the main revenue streams. What about those other verticals?
Sure. So the supply of products to the hotels is really around transaction fees and suppliers paying subscription fees. And where these things come in is one, an opportunity to charge subscription fees to hotels or additional fees for enriched ESG data and things like that. And then another monetization opportunity with our marketplace, and we have a full monetization strategy in place, is around the financing of the orders as well. So there's a fintech play here, which I understand with my background very well. Hotels want to pay as late as possible. Suppliers want to get paid immediately. We can bridge that gap either with a third party or through our own cash. Initially, we'll do it with a partner. We've identified 2 for the region here. And then once we are generating a lot of cash, which we will do, we would then look to potentially take all of that opportunity because it's 0 customer acquisition cost financing with 100% repayment rate. So it's pretty nice business in terms of how fintech goes.
Great presentation. Up in the UAE by 2030, the MICE industry is going to be valued just under $10 billion. Where does MICE meetings, events, where does that fall in here? Is that a part of the consideration for the hotels and these partners? Do you think you guys can help influence that and then maybe become?
Do you say MICE meetings?
Yeah, meetings, incentives, expositions, events. It's a big category for hotels. Are you helping to market that? Are you part of that offer to their meeting planners and things like that?
Well, we can certainly supply products that would be used at those exhibitions and events and meetings. So that's point number one. And then the this is such a big opportunity that we want to stay focused and not get drawn in too many directions. You know, we have a lot of schools reach out to us, and sometimes we do that if it seems to make sense. But mostly with a $242 billion market with, you know, such a strong opportunity, you want to stay focused because you can end up trying to do everything and achieving success with nothing.
Cool.
But yes, to your point, that's a big opportunity because typically those kinds of events have very high carbon footprints, are littered with plastic waste. And so we absolutely can provide the products required to make them plastic free and carbon neutral.
You had a slide on customers and some of the logos that you guys have captured, you know, since launch. Can you talk to us a little bit about locations for some of these, right? Because if you're looking at Jumeirah, obviously, you know, they have properties outside of the UAE, obviously Caesar's Palace. So, you know, what's the strategy for expanding out, you know, into group level outside?
Yeah, that's really where this becomes incredibly profitable. So we start, you know, we can start in many different places with 8,000 SKUs and 300 suppliers. We have lots of first routes into these hotels, and you know, each of the hotels is doing tens of thousands of products. So we have a way in, and then really where we want to get to is capturing as much of their wallet as possible. So we're looking at ways, how can we incentivize them to want to push suppliers that they've already found and are working with through us? And so financing would be an opportunity to do that, right? And so, you know, to give some examples, Six Senses, they went onto the platform, they found a product, they ordered 409 of them. And that was a $35,000 order. And we're now serving 3 different locations within the Six Senses group. Jumeirah would be another one where it started with one product and one property. And in the last few weeks, we've had a lot of RFPs for a lot of money, and I can't say any more than that. So yeah, it's really about expanding into the group procurement teams from the initial properties that we deal with. And that's when the volumes become hundreds of thousands in terms of their orders.
Sorry, can we go to the funding slide very quickly?
Yes. It's an important one.
It is. Just a quick one. So it seems like you've got to a place where you're profitable, you've scaled companies before, you've exited companies before, so you know how to build and scale a company. That's your past background. But with regards to your $1.5 million investment, can you tell us how much you've raised so far? Have you got institutional investors? And are you raising enough? Because the concept of raising $1.5 million in a business that's doing well, if you're doing well and you can scale faster, why also don't you ask for more? So it's a 3-part question, was just about what you've got right now.
Yeah.
And why aren't you raising more effectively?
Okay, at the risk of digging myself a hole, I'll also add another part, which is our current cap table and fundraising background.
That's fantastic. Yes, please.
So we put $400,000 of our own capital into the business, so we're very invested. And then we raised a pre-seed last year for $835,000 with an institutional lead who is a specialist in sustainability. They're an impact family office in the UK, along with some really awesome angels. Talking McKinsey partners, Deliveroo MD, some really amazing people. So we love having them around and soak up all of the good advice we can get. And then in terms of this round, we launched it in December. We just wanted to get some initial meetings in before everybody broke for Christmas. And we're going through the process with VCs. We might be a little bit before VC cash. There's that area between your pre-seed and the typical more like Series A metrics a lot of VCs want. And so right now we have 110,000 in hard commitments and are working through the process with a lot of VCs, micro VCs, other angel networks. Hope that's not competitive, and individual angels as well.
Hi, great presentation. You did great.
Yeah, she did.
Tell me about retention. Your retention so far of existing clients, how well is that going for you?
Retention is exceptional. So what we're seeing is consistently we start with one product with one hotel typically, and then we scale into other products and other properties. So one of them, for example, is one of our first hotels locally based here. Started with one product, and then we made $50,000 in year 1, and we've got $400,000 worth of RFPs over the last few weeks from them. And that's for their global operations. So retention is very strong. That's the game here. We're becoming as valuable as possible to them because, to go back to the problem side, the procurement teams do not, through no fault of their own, they don't understand sustainability, and they're being tasked with executing a massive change while typically being downsized and being squeezed on the budget. so we can save them time and money achieving the CEO's commitments.
Well done. Very good presentation. I go back to what I asked you earlier. One is about your investor partner who's in sustainability. Give us a little more color on what they do in sustainability and how they qualify you as well. That's number one. Number two is about carbon credits, which I'd asked earlier as well. So the audience would know, what's your future plan on carbon credits?
Sure. Okay. So the family office in the UK, they have about 15 projects that they invest in. Some of which they operate in. They range from things like greenhouses in the US to social impact startups in the UK and Plain Tiger. So they're all passionate and have built their career around sustainability and have invested in us because they saw the commercial opportunity and the opportunity to make an impact. And then in terms of carbon credits, so some really interesting plays around data and then around credits as well here, right? So, and they kind of do marry to a certain extent. So as we save, as we reduce the emissions of hotel supply chains, there's an opportunity to capture that and create value for them. So not just in the CEO's report saying we've reduced our carbon emissions by 20%, but to either, first of all, to reduce their emissions, and then second of all, what are the other opportunities around that? It's not something we've looked into in loads of detail because, we're very much focused on the present, and that's around scaling. But I look forward to discussing more around credit, the opportunities with credits with you.
Sorry, we have time just for one more question.
Anyone needs
Number of suppliers and how do you validate them?
So we have over 300 suppliers. I think it's 302 from 32 countries. And the way that we validate them right now is we essentially look at all of the products they have. We go through an interview with them, and then they sign a legal contract to say they comply. And we realized that that was good enough for our previous phase and is not good enough for the next one, which is why we signed an agreement with the leading third-party vetter of sustainability in the hospitality sector. They love what we're doing. They've never seen anything like it. So they've actually discounted their rates a lot because as a kind of investment in us. As that will mean we have the leading third-party sustainability vetter validating all of the suppliers around sustainability and then giving them a gold, silver, bronze score as well as feedback on what they can do better.
Thank you, Ollie and Alex. Big round of applause for them, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you. Alex, you did a stellar job.
She did.
Thank you so much. Now that your appetites have been whet, we are now going to, before we start the second pitch, I have the pleasure and the privilege to introduce somebody who's been a great supporter of entrepreneurship. We have Her Excellency, the Consul General of the United States of America, Megan Margonis, here.
Thank you, PK, and it's wonderful to be here. Ramadan Kareem to those of you who are celebrating. I'm so thrilled to be here to see those who are pitching and just the entire ecosystem out tonight for this amazing event. We've been very focused on supporting innovation and entrepreneurship partnerships from the United States Consulate General. I know that there are a number of Americans here with us tonight, and I was delighted. Yes. And I was delighted to see, of course, companies registered in Delaware. It's great to see. So I'm here to lend my support to all of you this evening. I did want to mention that we've had a particular focus on supporting women entrepreneurs through a number of programs that we have supported from the United States mission to the UAE. We are getting ready to have a huge summit in September called the Women's Economic Empowerment Summit, where we are going to bring alumni from around the entire MENA region here to Dubai to engage on these themes. So we hope to see some of you there, maybe speaking or participating otherwise. So good luck to those of you who are pitching tonight, and wonderful to see everyone. And thanks to everyone for your support for this amazing ecosystem and the partnerships that we have between the U.S. And so many of you. Thank you. Thanks, PK. Thanks.
Thank you so much. Thank you, ma'am, for your support always. Our next startup is a a brand that took me by complete surprise. This is a brand that holds a lot of meaning to all us women who have a chest. With all the increase in breast cancer and all kinds of cancers that women are facing these days, this is a brand that took my fancy because they're finally addressing the need for right innerwear for women. Nude is a brand that empowers confidence in women by tackling the three most common insecurities we women have about our own chests. You might be seeing a Victoria's Secret very prominently displaying their stuff in every mall you go to, but trust me, they're getting outdated. Nude is where it's going to be, the future is. Nude's innovative, inclusive, backless, strapless solutions give women freedom of expression through style and fashion, no matter their size or skin color. I have to say that this is a brand that's taking America by its horns, and it's becoming famous by the day because even youngsters, university students especially, who want to make their fashion sense known are using Astrid's brand. Thank you so much for being here to pitch for us today. This mic is all yours and the stage is all yours. Is it working? Do you want to try that?
Hello. Oh,
Yeah.
it is working. And the clicker? Good evening, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us on this beautiful evening. My name is Astrid. I'm the CEO and founder of Nude, and I'm very excited to share our story with you today. Oh. And it looks like there's no story at all. Bear with us for a minute. It's no problem. As Vino is very kind to say, let's see. Okay. Nude is a brand that was created to inspire confidence in women because we know that a woman with confidence and self-belief is unstoppable. We have been disrupting the market with our inclusive, sustainable, backless, strapless solutions that give women limitless style. Now, I know a lot of the gentlemen in here might be thinking, what on earth is that? What problem are we solving? We are solving a few pain points. The reality is that no woman likes to wear a bra or enjoys wearing a bra, but they still want the nipple coverage, lift, support, and volume that a bra provides. Now, this is especially true for many outfits where traditional straps and brands can be shown. Think of the Oscars, the Vanity Fair parties we just saw, weddings, and this is especially true for the curvier customer and larger busted customer because gravity is not kind and it is not easy to get support. But the problem runs much deeper than just fashion choices. Women's insecurity about their chests don't just impact what they wear. It impacts their overall mental well-being and even physical health. So if you just look at some of these statistics, over 70% of women are unhappy with their chest size. 50% are embarrassed by it. And my favorite data point is the one at the bottom, where women are actually 2 times more likely than men to suffer from musculoskeletal problems, often due to bad posture. And I can speak even for myself and all the women I know about all the times we've been afraid to stand up tall and proud because of the unwanted attention to our chest. So how do we solve these pain points? Our bra alternatives empower acceptance through giving women acceptance of 3 different pain points. That is lift through a breast and body tape. Our signature game changer bra was developed with a team of female engineers and is the #1 plus size solution in the United States right now. We also have volume enhancers, which are adhesive bras and push-up pads, and coverage for that no bra feeling while keeping modesty. This is an $85 billion lingerie market, which we have been disrupting. We do things the Nude way, so we do things differently. Our brand's 4 guiding principles are inclusivity, innovation, sustainability, and community. And we don't just throw around these words, we genuinely mean them with our heart. Inclusivity. I'm originally Mexican. I grew up in Switzerland. No one around me looked like me. So I know firsthand how important it is to see yourself represented in a brand. Sustainability. It's just for us, it is the right thing to do. It is harder, it takes longer, but every step of the value chain, we don't claim to be perfect, but we make better choices for Mother Nature. Innovation. We have become the leaders in our category with patents filed across the US and UK and more to come. And community. Our community are our biggest champions. And we knew from the beginning we wanted to do more than just sell products. In order to build a differentiated brand, we had to stand for something. And we engage with our community by creating thoughtful and relatable content, tackling all kinds of stigmas about our bodies and breasts. We also have our trademark boobology platform, where we actually do breast cancer awareness, not just in October, but year-round. Now, what does the competition look like? This is a space that is traditionally crowded by Amazon brands, and if you look at the historical leaders who created this category, they have truly failed to evolve and have been left behind. We have built a differentiated brand with defendable IP. So bras are the only category in fashion that you can patent, and most of the brands in this market use the same generic off-the-shelf molds from China. They do not know how to innovate. Another unique point, which I'll touch on later, but we are probably the only brand that does all three solutions not well, but we excel at them. And this is very important for our B2B growth math, which I'll talk about a few slides later. Now, the new difference, our products adhere to the skin, so quality matters. We use true medical grade adhesive. One, we work with Wacker. This is the same adhesive used in neonatal units around the world. It is incredibly gentle. We use premium and sustainable materials that also outperform. So our game changer uses hemp fabric, which is not only more breathable, making it more sweat-proof when you need these solutions the most, but is also stronger, which means it holds up larger girls and opens up a wider target market. And the difference is notable in our reviews and our sales. We have shown consistent traction and growth over the last 3 years with double-digit numbers. We closed 2023 with over 5 million in sales, and we know this will not only continue, but accelerate with the right partner. Our goal is to become a household name and reach that 100 million in annual revenue. Sales have been primarily driven by D2C in the US, and we focus on the US because there's a spillover effect into the other regions. And unit economics, we are self-funded to date, so unit economics is our bread and butter. We focus on cost of acquisition and are profitable on a per order basis. We have managed to keep our cost of acquisition consistent despite scaling, and we see a lot of opportunity not only to continue to drive this down, but drive lifetime value up. Now, our B2B unit economics are even more interesting. Our B2B customers are retailers such as Revolve, Nordstrom, Unas. And while it is difficult to get into them and onboard, once you're in, it is a subscription-like business with them ordering every couple of weeks. And we have a head of sales with 3 decades of proven track record of scaling or specific category. And the team. Over the last year, we have assembled a world-class team. My background's in finance. I've worked for Goldman Sachs and JP Morgan. I went to Wharton. Lee Harding, my co-founding and partner, had her own digital agency for over a decade with clients such as Hilton and Ford. Our CFO is ex-Harvard and McKinsey. Our head of sales has worked for the historical market leaders who created this category and has known for scaling brands over the last 3 decades. Our inventory and purchasing planner is ex-Princeton, and our operations manager has worked for Calvin Klein, Michael Kors, and DKNY. So we are ready to take this to the next level. We are loved by our community with a strong and engaged community. We are a PR darling, making all the top 10 and best award-winning lists. We also have and tastemaker following. And now just to talk about our roadmap. B2B. We plan to grow B2B in 3 ways, and that is to continue to acquire new retailers, deepen our assortment with existing retailers, and optimizing merchandising. So all those retailers are selling more. There are over 265,000 specialty shops in the US alone. Now this is interesting. Not just traditional fashion. They sit at the intersection of beauty, fashion, and specialty. So you can find nude in a bridal shop, in a swim shop, in a nail salon. You can find it everywhere. So that unique position has served us very well so far. And to give a relative framework, we're in about 150 specialty shops today. So the opportunity is massive. We've already had strong retail growth to date. We're expecting triple-digit growth this year. We are on Shopbop, Revolve, Bloomingdale's, Nordstrom. We have quickly become the go-to leader in our category, and retailers are not just adding us to their assortments, they're replacing their entire assortments with nude. Now, our D2C roadmap, which has been our bread and butter, we will continue to scale by driving traffic, optimizing conversion on our website, and increasing retention and lifetime value. We have two huge opportunities in our performance expansion. We want to bring that marketing cost down by creative testing and using AI data-driven software to continue to optimize and drive that cost down. We also want to increase our affiliate growth, which is much lower cost than traditional paid marketing, and drive organic reach. We want to continue to engage our community, make it more champions, and grow that community, which leads to sales with a low cost of acquisition. We also have a solutions-oriented approach. We don't just launch t-shirts or products to add noise to a crowded space. We solve problems, and we have a Brahmi range that is ready to go, and our customer base is incredibly excited about. Now, what is a Brahmi for all the gentlemen here and people who might not know is all your classics, basics wear, but with built-in support, so you can have that no bra, ultra comfortable feeling, but continue to have that lift, support, and coverage that you're looking for. Funding needed, we're raising $1 million to continue to invest in course team and systems to scale, to launch new products, file patents, marketing and strategic partnerships. And we're also looking for a true strategic partner who will provide mentorship and guidance. And we hope we find the right partner to join us on our next journey. We are looking to be the next household name. Thank you so much. I will open it up to questions.
Thank you, Astrid. Like I said, I'm looking forward to buying your product in Sephora soon.
Yes,
Sorry,
absolutely.
gentlemen, I'm going to give the mic to Abir. She's going to get the first.
Yeah, hi. Thank you very much for the very good presentation, and congratulations for introducing some innovation in a space that, even as a woman, I didn't even think that there's any room to innovate. So well done. My question is, what makes you think that, what are the possibility for other players to come in the market and, introduce products that are very similar to what you're doing? Like, what is your, key
Yes, absolutely.
secret?
Absolutely. It's actually, this is a very technical niche. So bras, gravity, there's actually a lot of engineering that goes into many of these products. Now, when it comes specifically to adhesive products, again, if you look at the competitive landscape, people are taking products from Alibaba and just repackaging them. The difference between us is that we create our own molds. So when you want to create a new product, you have to develop a mold. It's not a cut and sew product. It is very expensive, and it's hard to find the person with the technical know-how to create that mold. Two, this is an area that you can patent. So, for example, our Game Changer has about a dozen patents, and we do defend it viciously. So it's not easy to innovate, high barriers to entry with mold costs and high legal fees involved, and we also defend our IP.
I think a fantastic product. We've done some interesting work in the region around sexual health and relationship with how women see their bodies. So my question is, what have you done to understand markets outside US, especially in the Middle East? And any insights there of what will make you succeed outside of US?
Yes, absolutely. More conservative markets are more challenging for our product category, 100%. For example, we do sell in the Middle East, specifically in the UAE, and we also have a distributor in India. And we do meet roadblocks with, for example, or in advertising and ads where it doesn't meet the modesty guidelines, or the AI algorithm picks it up as something that shouldn't be shown. So we do fight that battle, but we have learned a lot within the last 3 years, and there are definitely ways to communicate things in more modest forms. But what we have learned is that the Middle Eastern Indian customer, they still want these products. Feeling beautiful and confident is universal. It transcends cultures, regions, and religions. So it's all about the communication style. one great example about, I think, a company that's in a similar category that can be seen as taboo, manscaping. Some might be familiar with it, but they show their products on balloons and peaches. So there are different ways to communicate it. But I think the women as a customer, they're ready. They want to see it. And as an example, we were actually a part of Shaloub's incubator here, and we were selling in Mall of the Emirates. And what we found is that Middle Eastern women were excited to see your product. They were like, finally, someone has brought it here, and people aren't assuming that just because this is a more modest culture, they don't want it.
Were they open to asking questions about it, and that could you address that? So clarity, yes. How does it work?
So one of the things we've done strategically is we've actually kept our social media accounts as one global account. What that does is it breaks a barrier to entry. We obviously then have a sort of a more US approach in terms of the content we post. However, our audience comes from all over the world. What this does is it breaks barriers because women are talking to us through direct message on our social accounts. We've got a fantastic customer service team within a beautiful playbook. So we speak to our customers via direct message. It's much more intimate and it's much more easier for them to communicate their needs because it's private. What we've done here as well is with events like the Shaloub incubators, we had more salon style events within the stores. So there's private
Ladies,
rooms
there
at
are
the
more
back.
questions coming, so if I could just pass you on to
So we do things in intimate settings that allow for privacy and modesty.
Thank you. Will?
Yep, great presentation, like incredibly thorough. I guess as you start to shift more towards B2B, and with the lifetime value, the LTV that you guys have on your customers, which is really considerable, what are some other marketing strategies? What are some other channels you can see yourself moving into? You've got celebrity clients, you've got that brand, Boovology. Do you see media? Do you see other collabs? Where does that go?
100%. So in terms of, on the D2C side, we're looking at, we've got big opportunities on other platforms. So with the nature of our product, community guidelines have been quite a roadblock. Meta being the first to actually listen and understand the niche. We've had a great direct relationship with people at Meta who've helped us scale. And now we're building that relationship with the TikTok team here as well. So we've got diversified platforms. A big dream of ours is to have a celebrity face, and we are in talks, and we've earmarked the perfect spokesperson. So we've got plenty of scale coming.
Yeah, I second that. Great presentation. Answered a lot of the questions I would have asked. But one from me, you've done phenomenally well organically and self-funded, as you said, 5 million in sales. Why raise external capital now? Why raise that 1 million, and why not just do it with your continued, internal cash flow?
Yes, absolutely. Well, we have been working mostly with short-term inventory financing, and if you guys have all seen interest rates, it is between 20 and 30%, and it chokes up cash flow, and it's hard to try and test new things. So talking about marketing, what about guerrilla marketing? What about an event? What about a billboard? So we need a little bit of breathing room and a buffer, and we also want to launch the new product range. And inventory financing, they like to see things with 3-4 months traction already, so it's hard to fund a new product range. So we want the strategic guidance and mentorship. We really want to take this 10x. It's not just, we don't want to stay where we are now. So we want the capital to really invest in growing the brand. So we could continue to grow, albeit at a slower rate. And we think getting that equity injection is really going to help us do that 10x.
Gary, next is you.
Thank you all so much for your time. We have all the products on display outside, and we are available for questions afterwards.
Thank you so much for that. You did a great job. So, final founder who's going to present to us. We had to do babies, isn't it? Women are always related to babies. So we have Farah, who's flown in from Egypt specially for this. Thanks, Farah. It's also a testament to what you run. Thank you for coming all the way to present to us. Can I have Krishna to present? Sorry. Yeah.
Hi again, everyone. So how many of you have experienced buying something for your baby or your kid, and with so much love, effort, and money, and to see it just get used for a very short while, I'm sure we've experienced it all the time. So that's why today we have the baby garage amongst us, who's flown all the way from Egypt to be here. Thank you. So she is also one of our Thai Women winner Egypt and the Thai Women Global finalist from 2022. So the Baby Garage is Kids Good Services platform, a circular economy marketplace to trade pre-owned and brand new kids items. They empower parents to turn their consumption of baby products into meaningful family investments. With a universal platform and an organic crowd of up to 1 million users, they have a sustainable idea and a solution to buy, sell, or donate items that are not being used. All the best, Farah. Stage is yours.
Hi everyone, it's very nice to be here and it's good to see everyone. Ramadan Kareem. Thank you very much, Krisha, for introducing me, and thanks so much for Thai Women for always being true journey riders and to be here with Angel Spark and In5 Dubai. So the Baby Garage, just as Krisha mentioned, it's our platform and our initiative to help parents turn their consumption over baby products into true family investments. Children are expensive. I'm not sure how many of you have experienced that, but it's so for me. I experienced that twice, and actually this is the third one because the Baby Garage is my third baby that never sleeps. But actually, stats say that in this region, each newborn would cost us at least $21,000 per year, and that's only per year. In the region of 190 million children, that's approximately $4 trillion a year budget for baby products. For each $1 million out of those trillions, there is 40 tons of plastics being consumed over baby toys. This is insane. It's not just parents are suffering, but also mothers. And the products of baby get used like 2 weeks, 3 weeks, like the longest span could be 6 months, and then you never use them again. And that's where we've created this platform to enable users to buy, sell, or donate brand new and pre-loved kids products. So you can go to the Baby Garage, shop from official retailers, or actually individuals and parents just like you, and you can resell your used products over the same platform and declutter your wardrobe, your backyard, and make good for the environment. Before having enough cash to build a true tech and a platform, we started this over a community. I was my first own customer because I really experienced the pain. So I've started a community back in Egypt in 2015, and in no time, this community started to be like very popular, very viral. It's now more than 1 million mothers engaged organically on this platform. We get more than 47 or 48 million views a year organically, and we have got 3 platforms of those. And that's where we decided to hire the right team to turn this initiative into a true business and help to expand the idea, not just in Egypt, but across the globe. It's a global and a universal need. Babies are everywhere. So that's where my team came in, and we're amazing 34 talents from technology, commercial business development, operations. We've got amazing 8 techies who have built our new platform and application to facilitate all of that, coming from different reputable multinationals. Myself, I've worked 15 years in corporate experience in online publishing. I've led revenue management, monetization for digital products across this region, and very happy to turn this experience into the Baby Garage. Inception to date, we've managed to lock $750,000 in traction, and actually we're growing steadily 300% year over year, thanks to all the support we've got from the amazing ecosystem, and definitely Thai Women again as a true journey rider, and our investors. We've got invested in from Flat 6 Labs, Uqar, Razm Investment, Core Vision, and Falak startups. And actually, we're doing great on unit economics, like our fulfillment rates are actually exceeding 75%. We've got 10x as return on advertising spend, and we're positive at PC3, which means it's just a matter of scalability to turn this into a profitable business. We make money through three different channels. So first is the transaction fee over the marketplace, which is around 25%, relatively versus Amazon or any other marketplace. This is high, but thanks to the concept of specialty retail, and this idea does not exist anywhere else. And just to mention something off records, for example, last month I was in Saudi Arabia, and suppliers like very openly gave us 30 and 35% as commission rate. Why? Because we had them as well reduce the churn on their return inventory, their deficit inventory, etc. So even retailers find us a very good partner on their profit and loss. And the second revenue stream is subscription, because we empower stay-home mothers, whom we call social sellers, to sell products over our platform while they stay home. We give them access over logistics, marketing, technology, and we just charge them monthly subscription fee with no commissions. And our third revenue stream is through advertising. So big brands like Unilever, Procter & Gamble, and all those good brands that are doing baby stuff, and actually First Cry themselves with their private labels want to use us now in Egypt to do brand endorsements for their own brands. So the e-commerce market or the resale market is growing exponentially. It's really, really big. In the US, it's forecasted that in few years, more than 65% of the market size would be going into the resale and not just the traditional e-commerce. We're looking at these three markets as a start. Egypt, of course, which we're operating already there, is $800 million in size, and Saudi Arabia and UAE. So we've got fragmented competitive alternatives. So you can go buy a new stroller from First Cry or from Mom's World or Amazon, and when you end up using it, you can go sell it on the Bizdel, but you need to manage the hassle. But now, the Baby Garage is your single platform where you can do like the buy and the sell again on the same storefront and turn it into a true investment rather than just a consumption. I'm pretty sure that most of you would know about the exit that the Mom's World have done a few years back for $20 million, which means like this market is still really underserved. There's a lot of room for us to grow in this market. Our ask is $1.5 million, and we want to use this fund to expand to a new markets. Mainly, we believe in the vision of this region, either in Saudi or in UAE. So I'm sure that you've heard about His Highness Hamdan bin Mohammed Al Maktoum and the new resolution about the single-use products regulation that was just issued in January, and the fund that's allocated by the Dubai Future District Fund, which is 1 billion dirhams for the sustainable projects and circular economy. So we want to go with this vision of the economies in the region that we're operating in, and we want to turn the 750,000 traction into 5.8 million in 2026. This is our roadmap to $88 million. So we started here in Egypt from 2023, and we've got very good organic traction, organic 100% over our communities from Saudi Arabia, from UAE, and other Gulf countries. And actually, we have a good search volume in the US, but we're not there yet. And we want to go through the years from Egypt, Saudi, Dubai, until UAE, actually, until we covered the region with $88 million. So we're happy to have your support. We're incorporated in Egypt, Delaware, and Saudi Arabia. So Delaware is it's our holding company. And hopefully soon, with our operations here, it's going to be in UAE as well.
Thank you, Farah. Delaware was a great punchline there. Gary, can we start off with you?
Sure. Put me on the spot. How do you handle the logistics in terms of shipping, right? And so per country, do you have to set up warehousing, delivery? Is that different, in Egypt versus here? Can you walk us through that a little bit?
Sure. So we tend to be very light assets in operation. We don't want to hold like in-house operations, so we outsource it to third-party partners. So for example, in Egypt, which is our first operational market, we use third-party for logistics and for warehousing, and they do all that on our behalf. But we still manage the customer service, of course, and the direct interaction with the customer.
Sorry, just looking at your roadmap for products and services at the end, it says chargeable TBG card.
Yes.
Is that meant to be like BNPL, or is that meant to be something as a circular economy where you get issuing and acquiring?
So it's still being cooked, but we want to add like a fintech glimpse to the project few years in the future. It could be a mix of rewarding card of rewards for the customers, and not limited only to the online marketplace, but actually with all the partners across the market, even if they have offline retail shops. So we want to, like, our concept is not to make a sustainable and circular economy concept over an application. We want to have this across the industry wherever you would go and shop. So even in the offline shops, if you go and use the baby garage card, you would get special benefits just because you're trading pre-loved item as well.
That seems to be a very long way to go, but have you had conversations with players that could do this for you with existing?
Yes, actually, we were approached by MasterCard the past year, and we've signed a letter of understanding that we're going to do, and NDAs about the details that we're going to do this in the future together. But it's not the right time yet, because we want to take few steps, like baby steps, one at a time, until we finish this milestone and then go to the next. But definitely, there's a lot to do in this space.
Okay, thank you.
Great presentation.
Thank you.
It looked like you had 10x plus on your return on ad spend.
Yes.
And it's interesting because everybody, or at least parents, depending on where they are in the cycle, they can be a buyer, a seller. It's got something for everybody. Do you have any anecdotes or even ideally data that can help show how many people who have purchased turn around and within 18, 24, 36 months actually sell through you as well? Where you get both sides of that transaction, or do you have any data like that?
Actually, we still don't have this data, and that's where we've put the past investment into our technology, because we wanted to build the engine that would do the segmentation of the data and the analysis, the required analysis. We started this platform with this good traction over a very like initial tech setup. This week, we're launching our revamped application. It's going to be a complete new experience, and we are trying to engage some data analytics tools over this to get this exact point. So I came from the analytics background. I worked for Yahoo 5 good years in revenue management across the region, and I've done this for others. So I would love to see it done for my startup as well.
Sanjay.
What are your margins? You never mentioned how much money you make. Is this just a cut from everything, or?
Yes, so from the transactions, we do 25%. And actually, that's where I was mentioning that it's pretty high versus the market. But our take rate across all the business is around 25%. And that's what makes us positive at PC3. And marketplaces game is definitely very difficult. But thanks to the concept of specialty retail and the circular economy, we're managing this very well. On the subscription, it's the margins are pretty high. But the most scalable business is going to be definitely the marketplace, because it's the easiest one to export across the countries.
This was a very good presentation. Thank
you.
you so much.
Thank you.
I was just wondering the rate of $32 a month, which is about 1,500 Egyptian pounds, which can be pretty steep, especially when you start adding the transaction fee, the shipping, and everything. How does that work out for the affordability for the Egyptian population?
Actually, it works, and we've got more than 60% retention rate from our subscribers. We open a true market to those stay-home mothers. So we focus mainly, this pillar is not there for pure revenue, but we really want to help stay-home mothers, because I've been once there. When I brought in my first baby, I had 6 months break home, and I really wanted to utilize my time. So they're paying it, and they're renewing month after month, and they're doing great sales. We've done one test at a time that we wanted to test, like if we take a transaction fee, how much would be the revenue? And it was, wow, it's amazing, because one social seller which joined our study, she was making 250,000 Egyptian pounds per month as GMV, and she's just paying 1.5 thousand Egyptian pounds. So the return for them are huge.
Look at the Brymore model as well.
Yes.
The Brymore model in Egypt. Just study it. It's some good learnings in it.
Yeah. Yes. So we've looked into that a lot, but yeah, some like do's and don'ts that we're seeing on the card.
Farah, thank you so much for that. That was a brilliant presentation. A big hand for all our founders who did an amazing job today. Now in true Angel Spark style, our VIPs, our IC is going to go into a warm inner room to warm their brains and their pens and notes to discuss if any of our founders have been worthy of our investment today. So please, if you could head there. And for others, we have other warming techniques. Please, the food is going to be out for everyone to warm themselves. But before that, we're going to have a QR code up. If you have taken pictures, please upload it with the QR code. So it's available for everyone to see. But don't go because IC is going to come out with their decision. They're just going in to decide. If you could join us for dinner here, that'll be great. And for all the startups here, please network. That's why this evening is special for you. Don't let go of the opportunity. Hand out your cards to everyone and anyone, please.
So thank you everybody for coming today. And you can continue eating. I just wanted to make sure that the startups which presented today get to know what the IC deliberated. So the IC went in IC stands for the investment committee, by the way. So those people went in who are going to put the money. So we looked at 3 great startups, and I have some good news for all 3 of them. So we will work with all 3 of them. We have decided to invest in at least 2 of them, which is better than the average. Okay? So what is going to happen now is, obviously, this is subject to diligence. You put up a lot of data on the screen. We need to still verify that and go through this, which is required. And she'll go through, like you say, you're selling $5 million. We want to check if you're really selling $5 million and stuff. So all this is obviously subject to that. Based on which, for the first startup, which is Plain Tiger, we have tentatively agreed to invest $100,000 depending on our diligence going through. Congratulations. Now make sure all those numbers are right, huh? For our second startup, Nude, the IC has agreed to invest a $50,000 ticket with an option for another $50K. That depends on a few questions that we'll be talking to you about that. Okay? There they are. And Farah. So we've not fixed a number for you, but we will try and help you with a lot of things that you want. So the team will work with you to tell you how we can help you to take you to the next level. Okay? So this is actually one of the most productive ICs that we've had. Like the average is changing. So thank you very much for coming. By the way, for at least 2 of them, we've actually got other people who will top up. So there'll be more people who may be putting money on individual levels. So the way it works is our corpus or the members corpus puts this money, which is you're putting in. But we also do what is called sidecar. So every member has a right to top up on a particular investment they feel better with, or they feel, or the area they know more about and all that. So they can come and say, hey, I want to put another 20K on this or whatever. And they come straight to your cap table. We don't do any SPVs or whatever. So we get more investors than us alone, which come in. So you may have other people who will probably be able to, I believe some people have been talking to you, Astrid, about different places. So those people may actually actively get involved to support you. So this is it. So thank you very much for a great evening. And Ramadan Kareem, I hope, the month is blessed for all of you as it has been for us. Thank you very much. And food is on.